I mean, you got the first one. It's not really a mystery, but it's like pure evil. And that would be Annie Cook killing her daughter with a frying pan.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. How more gruesome can that be?
Right.
Oops, I hit her in the head. And then not get, even come up for trial for it.
Right. And for those of you who don't know the Annie Cook story, maybe you're new to town or you just haven't heard it, she was a woman who lived during Prohibition era.
Yep.
Just outside of Brady, correct?
No, actually between here and Hershey.
Here in Hershey, that's right. Not Brady, Hershey. Sorry, got my...
the family actually had to have the house exorcised.
Really?
There was some really weird stuff going on.
So my best friend is from Hershey, and she knew the family that lived in there. And when they bought the place, she won't let you stop.
She won't. I'm going to be petting dog. I'm going to try. All right.
Where was I at? Oh, she said that when the people bought the house, they actually started to remodel it, and they found the weirdest stuff inside the walls, like children's shoes, and just weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken bones.
Oh, that's
chicken bone.
Well, and yeah, I mean, if you hear that, if you've read Evil Obsession, and I still think, and I know there was talk a while back about somebody making a movie out of it.
Yeah, I've actually seen the film script.
Oh, okay.
But that's about as far as it went, I think.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I think it would be a fascinating movie, and it would probably be one of those, if the stuff in Evil Obsession is true, which, I mean, it's, no reason to think it's not, because the woman who wrote it did her research and everything. It would be one of those movies that I think if you stayed true to life and you put everything in it, it would be one of those movies that people watch and go, there is no way that happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've embellished something.
Yep.
When I read the book, I was like, there is no way in hell this woman got away with this kind of stuff. Blatant murders.
Yeah.
Letting people die. I mean,
or knocking them off and dumping them in the river.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And her daughter, that was the big one. I'm like, this bitch is going down for this. And I'm like, I'm not even halfway through the book. There's no way there's more to this story.
Yeah. I still can't get over what she did to her niece with taking the poker and just sticking it in the mole right there and just, oh my God.
For those who don't know the backstory, again, if you're new to the area, you haven't heard the story, just to kind of give a brief synopsis, she was a woman who lived Prohibition era. As the story goes, she went to Lincoln, right, or Omaha, fell in with a madam, decided she wanted to live that life, came back to North Platte, and basically began running whorehouses.
Then she took over the poor farm.
Yeah, she took over the poor farm, which is what I was talking about, letting people die. And back then, the poor farm could be anybody from somebody in poverty to somebody with a mental illness or mental retardation of some kind, Downs or something like that. Those people were sent off to poor farms. She got money for each person that was there, and then they would all just mysteriously end up dying.
Yeah, when they could no longer work her farm.
Yeah, she'd work them to death, basically. The most heartbreaking one for me was the boy that she took on. Yeah, she
killed his mom to take him.
Yeah, to take him, so she had a boy to work on the farm.
Joe.
And I'll tell you what, our blacksmith worked with Joe in the shops.
Yeah.
And when this book came out, he decided to ask him. And he said, Joe, is this really this bad? And he said, you don't want to know. Which means that book didn't even go into the worst of it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you can read historical accounts or get witness statements or what have you. But you don't know everything that happened unless you lived there.
Yeah.
And you were there day to day, and this guy, was.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just, the stuff in that book is stomach-turning.
And she had everybody bought off. So then basically, in the end, she didn't get her Cummins. She was never prosecuted at all.
No.
People were scared of her,
People were scared of her. Yeah.
Well, and something that it made a note of in the book was that she didn't necessarily deal in money, although she did. She dealt in information. She had blackmail. She had dirt on everybody. The judges, the sheriffs, everybody who was frequenting
because they would come to her brothels.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they did change the names in the book.
Which I have the real list.
Yes, so there is a real list floating around, but they did change some of the names in the book. From what I understand, some of those names that were changed, the real names, they're still names you can find in the phone book
yeah.
today.
Even like the names that are in the book, you can still to this day. I'm like, okay, wait a second. I know these aren't reals, but I know there's a family in town with that last name. So
Yeah. Or you can just do your research and look up
yeah,
who was sheriff from this year to this
That
year,
year,
who was
yep.
mayor from this year
Yeah.
to this year.
Who was the guy that was the coroner that was writing off on all the deaths she had?
yeah.
Yeah, and everybody was, and that's the thing, everybody was in on it.
By the way, he's named after our lake.
Maloney.
Maloney,
Yeah, a lake is named after him.
Ha.
a coroner who helped a woman get away with countless murders. I mean, who knows how many? Unbelievable.
Gets a lake named after him.
I bet she bought that for him. Or
How many
his.
people do you think are in there?
Oh!
Shush!
What? Oh yeah, you.
She swims
You
in
like
it.
that lake? You swim in that.
swims in
You
it.
swim in dead people.
Ooh!
Don't even!
Fish pee in that all day, and there's dead people.
I've never heard that. Fish pee in it every day. That's awesome.
Yep, and there's dead people.
Ah.
That's great.
I will say the only bit of reading that book, the only bit of satisfaction that you get from it, and spoilers for anybody who hasn't read the book, but I still encourage you to read the book.
Yeah.
The
You
only,
can get it A to Z's.
Yes, A to Z.
Or here.
Yes.
Right? You can still get it here.
Yes, you can still get it here at the Lincoln County Historical Museum. The only satisfaction you get after reading all of this is, she did die alone.
Yes, she
I mean,
did.
yeah, nobody was holding her hand, not even a nurse.
Nope.
Nobody was in the room. They were just left her in there to die, basically. Which is what she did with countless people at the
Yep.
Boer Farm.
That's right.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, like you said, never got prosecuted.
And if you go to her grave, it's the only one without snow on it because she's burning in hell.
Well, hasn't that tombstone been vandalized or messed with over the years?
I don't know. It could
Okay.
be.
I thought I heard somewhere, but that could be just an urban legend that,
Could be.
people
I could
repeatedly
totally see
mess
that.
with it.
I could see that being an urban legend.
Yeah.
But I could also see it being accurate.
But yeah, she hit her daughter in the head with a cast iron skillet. And,
Killed her deader than hell.
yep, dead.
Deader than a doornail.
Deader than dead.